Hello. New month. Well, it's not really, it's actually the 31st of August. Arrest me. We've got severe weather warnings and we've got a tractor with a flat battery, so I'm just swapping in the disco battery now. Otherwise the plan's going to be carry on pushing trees over, clearing the corner that we started on last week, and see how far we get today. Right, we're up and running, so we're going to clear these logs there and yeah, then start digging into the trees. Haven't filmed a whole lot, we've both just been in turbo mode. We've pulled out a load of trees that I dropped a long time ago, really big ones. They've all been processed and cut up. Luce has done a load of groundworks and evened out the place a lot, and we're getting to the point now where I think we could start pushing some more trees over. So yeah, really good today. Now a very drizzly Sunday, 1st of September, first day of spring. We're getting severe weather warnings, left, right and centre, but we'll do what we can today. Lots of wind, so probably won't set fire to the big pile, but we're going to try and get through a little bit through the incinerators. Otherwise we're just going to clear up what we pushed over yesterday and carry on pushing over until it gets too dangerous. We've got all the trees cleared up from yesterday, and we're just about to start pushing into this section. But first, tea. Got loads done today. We got here this morning, we just started to work in here. We got all that pushed in, and we've just dropped this big fella. It took another big tree on the way down with it. And this one, we're going to want to get the bus out of the way before we tackle that. So we're about as far across as we want to get, but there's still a bit more depth-wise that we can get into. I think that's the first weekend we've had in ages where we feel like we've just managed to get a lot done without any major hold-ups or anything. Probably why we didn't film much, too busy working. Alright, on to the next one. So we had another really good day today. We're just about to wrap up, but we got another corner cut and loads more trees down and sorted out. Ready to come back tomorrow and see if we can keep the pace up. Third weekend, been so much rain. It's absolutely sodden, puddles everywhere, and it's just going to be churned into a bit of a mud pit. It is what it is. I'm sure I can still get some more work done. Luce is feeling a bit crook, so it's just me today. Hopefully she can make it down tomorrow. We really need to start getting through this. It's getting a little bit monstrous. So it'll be here that I'm looking to square off. So I can do all this stuff here, these 3 dead ones. That's kind of to the boundary, and then there's a star picket just to the right of that tree there. That's as far as we'd pinned out. We couldn't measure this bottom corner because of where the bus is. So that's kind of as far as we can get anyway. And then we'll move the bus, bring that forward into the open space, and then we can measure out again from the corners of the house site, and then work on that southwest corner. I'm thinking I'll bring my little toy drone down tomorrow and try and get a shot of the place from up above. Haven't done that in about a year, so that'd be interesting to see the comparison, to see how it looks. Just gone 12. I'm going to have a bit of a break now. Had a really good morning. We had a load of hail roll in. Managed to get a load of trees sorted that were felled last week. Got those stumps sorted out as well. And I've just pushed over those 3 big dead ones that I pointed out at the start of the day. There's a little kind of island now that I need to clear off. That will take about half hour. But yeah, I think I'm on track to getting this whole corner squared off by the end of the day. Taken out that little island and cut the hill that it was on. I've squared everything to the boundary to this point, and I've just got about 5 more trees, none of which are too massive, so I think I'll be able to push these over, drag them out, and probably call it a day and sort them out in the morning. Really good day today, got loads done, and we finally finished off that southeast corner, which is a great feeling. So this is one of the corner pegs. The other one's under the pile somewhere. But that was a direct line with that directly behind me. Now lines up with the other picket that I'll work to, which is just there. So that's a straight line, and now everything in that corner is completely cleared to the boundary. So yeah, real nice place to be. Alright, back down, both of us today. Lisa's feeling a little bit better, but still not 100%. We're going to work on clearing this pile. The neighbour who's always helping us has donated a load of pallets to help us get it going. Now that is how you make kindling. Hello. Weekend 3, 4. I don't know. Put it on the screen anyway, so it doesn't really matter. We've had lots of rain, like way more rain than ever before, and the place is just flooded. I was going to tackle the northeast corner, but even the track up to where we keep the stumps is flooded, so that's probably best left alone for a bit as well. Oh, I don't know. I think it's probably just unavoidable, isn't it? Just gonna have to get stuck in and see what I can do. We've still got a little bit we can push over this way to the west. It's been hacking down all day, but the sun's out now, which is nice. Got quite a bit done already. They're all very densely packed, so I can just do a lot from the one spot. Now I'm just going to take out these at the front. Maybe these little ones, and that's probably about as close to the bus as I'm willing to get. Well, I've been putting that one off for a long time. It was a lot of work. It's a bloody big hole. Yeah, once I can fill this, it's going to give us good access in there. This one's going to be a tricky one. See, it leans right out towards the clearing, and you can't really get to the other side. There's just a big hole, which is going to be a tricky thing for us to deal with anyway. But from here it's just steep slope right the way into that. So that's why I really want to save all this fill for as well. All the hill along there, I want to try and push it into this. I don't know if it's going to be enough for us to get the backhoe up to here. We still need to do all of this. Yeah, not a small amount. And the opposite side as well. That's probably the most I've managed to do in a single day since we started this, so that feels really good. So I got the west side of the clearing done, a big chunk there, that's what I started with. Then I dug out that huge stump. Then I got loads done up here at the northeast side, a lot more than I thought I'd get done. So that was the clearing. I managed to kind of snip this whole side here, which was a lot, some really big trees there. And I've pushed them across this dig out. This is that huge dip that we're going to have to fill out somehow. Then up the track here, this is kind of the northeast corner of the whole plot. This is where we keep all of our stumps. There's a bit of a clearing just through here, so I've got the bucket down, pushed in a load of that, and because it's all waist-high bracken, you don't know if there's mine shafts or anything, so it's very kind of slowly, but it's all fairly flat and pretty solid. So I managed to get in here and got a load more trees down as well, kind of in all directions. I must have got about 30 trees down today, a hell of a lot. Anyway, clean up and back tomorrow. Hopefully we'll have a good day at it. Yeah, there's a lot to clean up, a lot for us to do. Lisa's going to spend a bit more time actually pushing some more trees over while I get in there with the saw and try and free up some of those branches and drag the leaves into a new pile to burn next weekend. I think we'll just make it up as we go. Trying to make myself useful while Luce is over on the tractor. Got the site foreman looking after us. We got a fair bit cleared and stacked up. And it's all nice and bright now at the end of the day. We'll come back next week and yeah, one last push for the month. I've got a 4-day weekend, so I really make the most of it. So a pretty dismal start to the last weekend of the month. Got 4 days straight, and I was on my way down to the block, and suddenly the temp gauge and the disco just shot to the top, and I could smell coolant, so I pulled over, and there was nothing left in the system. Pretty much completely empty, so I've just filled it up with what I've had to hand, drinking water and hot water for tea, and I've managed to kind of get it up to a readable level. Went to turn the car over and just completely locked, totally seized, which isn't a good sign. Had cooled down. So I got underneath it with a breaker bar, got it on the crank and managed to free it, got the engine turning, and it's running smoothly. There's nothing wrong with the motor as far as I can tell. There's no horrible sounds or anything, or ticking or knocking. But it looks like the pressure's building at the thermostat. So most likely that's refusing to open, stuck shut. So I think I'm gonna have to take that take that out, see if I can limp it home, and try and get another thermostat today at some point. Public holiday tomorrow, so it needs to be done today. Man, drama. Well, I've been beat. The problem is this bolt at the bottom of the thermostat housing completely rounded off. Just mullered. It's still not starting well. It's catching, so I think I might have done a number on the engine. I don't know how long it was running without coolant for. It was only when I smelt the coolant and noticed the temp spiking that I pulled over, but it could have been ages before that it was running dry. Just don't know. Yeah, I think this might be quite a serious problem, to be honest. There's only so much I can do at the side of the road, especially without any more water. So I think I'm just going to have to call for a tow truck. And we're back home. Land Rovers, man, they're not boring. That starting issue, I think, might be vapor lock, water lock. I reckon it might be head gasket and water sitting in the cylinders, which of course is not good news. I won't take the head off today, I'm just not in the mood for it, but I will have to at some point just to see what the damage is. I got the cap for the thermostat off and it is open, it's letting water pass through, so even though we're getting back pressure seeping out at the thermostat housing, I don't actually think it's a block thermostat that's causing it. I think it's pressure from the cylinders. So yeah, a big problem. Alright, so it's now the Friday, the public holiday, and we've been blessed with a lovely day. So I'm going to take the opportunity to dig into the disco and try and get to the root of the problem. I think it is likely catastrophic head gasket failure. So yeah, I'll start taking the cooling system apart, and if I don't see anything along the way, I'll carry on into removing the head. I'm also going to take this opportunity to have a look at our old Volvo as well. A lot of rust in the fuel tank, so as I'm going to be here all day, I'm going to take that out and get some vinegar in it and give it a slosh around, see if we can clean that out a bit, and try and get as much done as I can here. There's no drain plug on the tank, so I've had to rig a little transfer pump up. Got all that filthy fuel out there. I've got to try and get the tank out. Right, so it's now 1 o'clock. Always takes longer than you anticipate. The tank is out, put up a bit of a fight. But I got it flushed out, emptied all the fuel, washed out soapy water, gave it a pressure wash, and now it's got a load of vinegar sitting in it, eating away at that rust. It's actually not too bad on the inside, it's just where the fuel gets picked up. Looks to be the worst of it, so hopefully that can just sit there, and I'll empty all that vinegar out and then do another fresh batch either mid-afternoon or overnight. And that should probably do, to be honest. Swill it around with a bit of diesel, and it should keep the rust at bay. Alright, in we go. Well, this ain't great. We've got water in the intake. So if we have got water in the cylinders, that would have been spat back out through the intake valves. I'm just pulling all the bolts out of the head now. They're all coming out very oily, which is not great. And then I took this one out, rusted out. That's obviously had moisture around it for a long time. Really not a good sign. Oh my god. Well. Shouldn't be like that. Yeah, not a small problem. Mate, I can't see immediately where it's failed either, which isn't a good thing. So it may mean a cracked head. But that is a lot of water, huh? Alright, need to get that dried up. Drop the oil, because that's going to be full of water as well. And get some oil on it. Stop it flashing over. Right, I've got to pack down and pick Luce up from work. I can't see, really, where it's gone wrong. If I look at the gasket, there's no obvious breaks in it anywhere. That's probably a crack in the head, which is annoying because it's only about 1.5 years old. I have to buy a whole new one. Anyway, I'll take that to the shop and get it pressure tested in the week. Soaked the tank overnight with the vinegar, and it's come up real nice inside. Just flushed it out with some water, some bicarb to neutralise any vinegar that was still in there. Just got the heat gun on it for another 10 minutes. That'll help dry it out, and then I'm going to swirl it with a bit of diesel just to coat the inside. Finally made it down. Only 2 days behind schedule. It's dried out really well, so should be able to get quite a bit done today. So Luce is going down to Melbourne tomorrow, so that'll be it for tree clearing block work this month. Bit of a damp squib to end the month on, but I think we're accustomed to that by now. I'll get stuck into the disco tomorrow. I'll have a look at the head, try and identify where the leak is, where it failed, and if I can't find anything, it will go for a pressure test in the week. I'll get the fuel tank painted up as well on the valve, get that sorted, and hopefully back in the car. Well, it's now the Sunday, and it's been raining all night, and it's raining on and off all day as well. I'm here in my dingy garage. There's no light, there's no power, and I'm just about to stick a bit of paint on the fuel tank, and that's probably about all I'm going to get done this month now. Yeah, hopefully I'll get some better weather in the week, and I can have a proper look at the disco's head and see if I can find out where it failed and make a plan, whether I get a new head or whether that one's still serviceable. But I'm still going to have to order some parts anyway. It's going to need a new gasket at least. Yeah, so as always, thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you next month.